You might think virtual assistant work is boring, but I can tell you sometimes it is not. When I started freelancing as a virtual assistant a few years ago, I was not picky about who I work for. I am not very choosy. Anyone who can hire me, I'm going to go ahead and work for them. And for that reason, I had my fair share of experiences. And today I'm going to share with you some of the craziest experiences I had as a virtual assistant. Some clients are weird, some clients are a little bit crazy, and some clients are going to keep you up at night. Literally. Let me start with a weird one. It was on Fiverr. The client reached out to me on Fiverr, and I had a call with them. They wanted me to work for them 1 hour per day. But the type of work that I will do for them, that is where the problem is. They wanted me to be on a live with them for 1 hour at night during their time in the night, and all I'm going to do is make sure I turn on my camera, and my camera doesn't have to face my face. My camera needs to face my hands on a desk like this. And I don't know if you can see my desk, but all I need to do for 1 hour is just sit, put my fingers on my desk, and keep doing this. I don't know if you can hear it. I just have to sit, make sure my camera is pointing toward my fingers on my desk, and I'm just doing this. I just have to do it for 1 hour. After 1 hour, I just log out, and that is all they needed. And they even shared an example with me. They sent me an example video, and I look at it. I needed to find a client at that time, but it was just too weird. I think about it for some time, and I ended up not doing it because it was just too weird. Why will I just show my hands, my fingers just doing this on a desk? I ended up not doing it. And the next client I had, it was also on Fiverr. Most of these experiences, I had them on Fiverr because Fiverr is where I started on Fiverr before moving to Upwork. And the client reached out to me initially. They wanted me to read children's stories for their children, for their kids. What they wanted is when they are out, when they are not at home at night, they want me to be on a live call, and their kids are going to be watching on a screen, whatever screen, and I will be reading a children's story to their kids at night when they are not around. It makes sense to me at that time, even though I had a strong accent. So I just wondered a little bit why hired me with a strong accent to read for their children. They are going to be choosing the book that I will be reading for their children. But yeah, no harm in that. So I took the job. But the first night I am going to read, it was too weird. I didn't do anymore. I did it once and I didn't do it again because the problem is I am supposed to read children's stories to their children. But when I joined the call at night, there was no children at all, but it was two men, adult, like I'm sure they are in their 40s, but they are just sitting there. Two men, adult, they are just sitting there and they just sent me a text. I don't know which book the text came from. It doesn't even sound like a good story, and they want me to just read it. I thought, do they want to maybe evaluate my reading skills before they let me read for their kids? But I just sit there and just read what they sent me. For 1 hour, after I finished, it was just way too exhausting. I just felt eyes looking at me from all over eyes are just looking at me. I'm reading some weird stories for some weird adult, and that's the last thing I did also. After that one time, I just let them know I quit. I will not do it again. And the next one is a little bit crazy. They sent me a message. They said they want me to upload some videos for them on a website. And I said, okay, sure, simple task. Just they will provide the videos and I'm going to upload the videos to another website. I agreed to it. But you know, the thing about Fiverr is when you want to work for a client, the client is going to pay first. And when they pay, they buy you a gig. So if they buy you a gig, if you cancel the order, it is going to hurt your completion rate. and it is going to affect you in several ways. So that is why I was always cautious about accepting orders before I understand clearly what it is. But the client ended up just paying and buying for my package, and after they buy my package, they sent me a Google Doc. They said, here is the explanation of the tax, and they sent it to me in a Google Doc instead of just writing the description of exactly what they wanted in the chat. When I opened the Google Doc, I see at the top they said they sent it in a Google Doc to avoid getting plugged by Fiverr. And as soon as I saw that, red flags, I see red flags everywhere. And it turns out they have some porn videos. I don't know where they get them, but they have a lot of fun videos, and they want me to upload to another fun site for them. And it was just crazy. If they mention it clearly is related to adult content, there is no way I will have accepted it. And as soon as I sent them a message, I said, I don't work with adult content. Why didn't you tell me what the content is about? They did not respond. They just go ahead and cancel the order and give a reason that the freelancer is not capable of doing the job. And just like that, they affected my success score and my completion rate on Fiverr. And I had to just move along with it. There is nothing I can do about it. And the next one is very similar, but even worse, because that person also go ahead and place an order. They bought my package, but what they want is even crazier. They want me to help them find people who are going to scan their passport, international passport, and take a picture of their passport and themselves, and I will send it to them. And for every person that I found and send them their picture, they are going to pay me $250. I just couldn't understand who will even do that and why will I even do that. And I ended up also canceling the order, and it ended up also affecting my success score and my completion rate. The next one is not really weird. It's not crazy. It's not weird. It's just something not for me. And it was a person who wanted me to work for them on a recurring basis, not on a fixed hours, but whenever they want, they will pay me for 1 hour. And all they want is when they pay me for 1 hour, I will just join a Zoom call with them and I will just listen to them. That's all they wanted. If I want to say something, I can say something. If I don't want to say something, I can just keep quiet and listen to them for a whole hour. And I did one with them. I did one session with them, and it made me feel different, and I didn't do it again because I just sit in a Zoom call and I just listen to them. Sometimes they talk for 5 minutes and they didn't say anything for 15-20 minutes, and the person was acting as if I am not even there, as if they are just having their mental thoughts. They are just having a thought that is coming out, and I just sit here and just listen and look at them for a whole hour. Even though it was the easiest thing to do, the easiest job, it just felt not for me, and I ended up not doing it after only one session. So those are some of the exciting experiences I had working as a virtual assistant and a freelancer. And I am sure if you work in this field also, you are going to have your fair share of experiences. Some are going to be weird, some just different, some crazy, some are going to make you angry. It is just what it is. But overall, it's a good industry to be in. If you find this video entertaining, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.